It's the U.S. Open 9-ball championship. In today's championship match, Nick Varner, the #1 player in the world, takes on Reyes, the #8 ranked player in the world, but many people will tell you he's really 1A. Welcome inside the Holiday Inn, jam-packed crowd, getting ready for the #3 major of the year on the Pro Tour. This one, the title gets $15,000, and we are down to 2. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Woloshin. Nice to have you with us. This is the 19th U.S. Open, which makes it historical. This is the longest running tournament in the history of the Pro Tour. 88 players came a few days ago trying to get to this position, to get to this prestigious spot. We are down to 2, and many consider them the 2 best players in the world. We bring in our very special player, Alan Hopkins, our analyst today. There's something about this tournament that brings out the best in the competition. These are probably 2 of the best players in the world right now.
Without a doubt they are, but another thing about the event, not only is it the longest running event, it's also the toughest event to win. In the last 19 years, only 11 players have won this event. That shows you how tough it is to win. But you couldn't ask for a better finals. Nick Varner and Reyes. Both of them are on top of their game. Reyes just finished 2nd in the World Tournament, and he's always very hard to beat. And Nick Varner, he is the one to beat. He's the #1 player on the Pro Billiards Tour.
Well, we start with Reyes, and let's talk about #2 in the World Championships. He's done that a few times. He hasn't come up with that big major win in the U.S. yet.
Well, Efrem's the magician. You know, he got some bad rolls. He didn't get any breaks to even try to win the tournament. When he played Earl Strickland, Earl just came out and he was on fire. There was no chance for him to win. And Johnny Archer did the same thing to him. We're going to have to see what happens today, because Efrem can win from anywhere.
He's dominated from everywhere, that's for sure. The comeback kid in this has been Varner. He's just played so well, and he's looking at his 3rd U.S. Open title.
You're probably talking about the toughest player in the world today to beat. I was watching him play a match with Kim Davenport, and the score was 11-11. Nick missed the 9-ball, and Kim came up, made the 9-ball, broke the balls, didn't make a ball, and Nick stepped to the table and ran 2 racks and out after missing the 9-ball, which was a pretty simple shot he should have made. So Nick is always in there. No matter what happens to him, he doesn't get upset. He's breaking the balls very good, and he's running out. He's going to be very hard to beat.
Nick Varner, #1 in the world this year, hasn't finished worse than 7th in any tournament. He's been a dominant factor in the game so far.
He's won the U.S. Open and the 9-ball championships in '89 and '90. He's the only player to win the U.S. Open back-to-back. He also won the '89 World 9-ball champion. He's been the #1 player for a 3-year rating on the Pro Billiards Tour up to date. That's a 3-year rating. That's not only up to date for the 1 year. He's also got a 3-year rating.
The road to the championships was not easy. Comebacks all over the place and close scores.
He's had a lot of close matches, Dave. He won his first match 13-10 and his second match 13-12. His next match was against Adam, who's a Philippine player. He beat him 13-12, and then he beat Kim Davenport. It's the match I was talking about, 13-12. And then Tommy Kennedy, he beat 13-3.
One-sided in the semifinals, but that's the only one-sided, really, in the entire tournament. Now we go to Reyes, who hasn't played in only about half the tournaments, but again, always seems to get to the end.
He's been knocking on the door for a while now. He's due to win a major event, one of these majors, the World Tournament of the U.S. Open. It looks like he's got a good shot at the U.S. Open. He's had a nice road. He's beat every one of his opponents by at least 4 games. No one's gotten close to the final. He beat Christensen 13-6, Mike Zyrus 13-4, Mike Massey 13-8, Howard Vickery 13-6, and Steve Mizarek 13-9, and then Tony Ellen 13-4.
And the closest was Mizarek, and that was in the quarterfinals. Otherwise, it has been domination totally. Neither of these players has lost. They both came out of the winner's bracket. Here's the rules for the way we'll play today.
Yes, the lowest numbered ball is hit in rotation on the table. In other words, the 1 ball would be hit first if it was on the table. After the break, you can push out. You're allowed 1 push out per game. There's fouls on all balls for TV matches. Race to 9 we play, and the referee has the final authority.
Referee today is Bob Adams. Done a great job, all the referees this year, and Bob is from hometown Chesapeake, Virginia. In case you're wondering, Reyes and Varner have met several times over the years, too numerous to count totally, but a slight edge would probably go to Nick Varner.